summer, and living in the North Woods is easy. Birds and animals find plenty of food to eat. Hundreds of deer browse through the woods, picking and choosing and growing fat. Young great blue herons wait in the nest for the fish and frogs their mother will bring them, and grow strong for the long fall journey to the south. On warm summer days, moose often go for a swim. American mergansers zip about over and under the surface, busy with their summer fishing. But summer is short in the north, and fall comes early, painting the leaves with bright colors. Animals prepare for the coming winter. Some, like the porcupine, will change their eating habits completely. He takes to the high trees for a diet of bark. Cowbirds will fly south, perhaps to winter in Texas. Canada jays will stick to the north, for they eat almost anything, and they're not afraid to venture near lumber camps for food. By the time winter comes, most of the birds and animals have either moved south or changed their living habits. The snowshoe rabbit has turned white to look like snow. The deer has grown a winter coat of hollow hair that will keep him warm even in the coldest weather. But deer cannot move south, and he cannot climb trees to find food. He must continue to search for food near the ground as he did all summer. And while he looks, he must stay alert, checking every sound and every smell that comes to his senses from the surrounding woods. He must keep his eyes open for his enemies. Deer are inquisitive. Two people on a road arouse this deer's curiosity, but he protects himself by keeping behind the birch tree. Yes, the deer always lives with danger, even in the coldest weather. The timber wolf is an enemy that alerts all the deer in the forest. Strong, fast, and excellent hunter, the timber wolf seems to prefer a diet of deer meat. The deer that hesitates when wolves approach is a foolish deer. This hesitation may cost him his life, because although a deer can run faster than a wolf, the wolf has more endurance. If a wolf can keep after one deer long enough, the deer will finally tire. The wolf will leap, and the deer will die to help preserve the balance of nature in the North Woods. When the snow is deep, deer crowd together into protected thickets called deer yards. Soon, all the tender tips of trees and bushes will be eaten from the neighborhood of the deer yard, and all the deer here will go hungry. A skilled woodsman can look at the forest floor and tell if there are too many deer around. When he sees that most of the small branches have been eaten as high as a deer can reach, he knows there are too many deer. If he sees a deer eat a branch of balsam, he knows that starvation is near, for there is no nourishment for a deer in balsam, and all of the food that is good for deer is gone. Coyote tracks lead to a deer that starved to death because too many other deer lived in the area. A cawing raven tells of another starved deer. And what about next year? The forest is ruined by killing the young trees, and the factory which produces next year's food supply has been destroyed. More deer will starve unnecessarily and wastefully. Hunters can prevent starvation among deer. Like the wolf, the hunter should be a predator in the balance of nature. In fact, in most places, the hunter is the only predator to keep deer from becoming too numerous. The bullet kills only one deer, and the man will have meat for his family. Starvation affects all of the deer. Many will die, go to waste, benefit no one. Those that live will be weak and sickly and small. State conservation departments try to regulate hunting seasons to keep deer at a number which is best for both deer and forest. But uninformed people fail to understand that killing one deer may help all of them. Spring is late, but it comes quickly to the North Woods. New growth promises more food, easier living. And to the birds and animals, it is again time for readjustments. The snowshoe rabbit changes his coat to brown. Now he will blend with the summer colors of the forest so he can hide from his enemies. The chipmunk is again up and about after spending the winter in his burrow. He will soon add fresh berries to his menu. The American bittern has returned from the swamps of the South, where he spent the winter stalking through the marshlands, looking for frogs and tadpoles. A big greenhead mallard glides in from the southland. Most popular of all our game ducks, mallard drakes are handsome birds in their spring breeding plumage. The coming of spring should promise more deer food for next winter. But because sentimental people demand protection of the deer against the hunter, these deer are already eating into next winter's food supply. Conditions like this have caused up to 40,000 deer to starve to death in one state in one winter. Fawns born in the spring will add even more mounts to the deer yards next winter. But if man manages the woods wisely, these fawns can grow the way nature intended, to live with the danger of the timber wolf and the hunter. Starving deer and stunted forests indicate only too plainly that the wolf is gone, and there are too many deer for their food supply. The predator is missing from the balance of nature. Man, the hunter, must reestablish this balance. for the balance must be preserved if deer are to remain the proud royalty of the great North Woods.